Wow, all that work doesn't look easy for them, does it?
Not at all, John. To reap the rewards of Upbound this year, students must push themselves as college students.
Okay, my name's Joseph, not John.
Really?
Yeah, look, it says right there.
Oh, Joseph!
Yeah, dude.
Oh, why didn't you say anything, man?
Let's just take a look at some of the classes students will be taking this year.
Wait, what'd I do?
So the students have been busy for the last 4 or 5 weeks going to classes from 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning to 10 o'clock, sometimes 10:30 at night.
In the writing classes, students are working on essays. It's a very rigorous class. They're asked to write a 5 to 7 page essay about themselves. It's difficult because what we're asking students to do would normally probably be asked of students to do in a semester, maybe a quarter, and we're asking them to do it in essentially 4 weeks.
Very unexpected, but I sort of feel used to it. It's weird. It feels challenging in a way.
They're teaching me how to write college papers, and they showed me how to write a complete MLA format paper, and I never knew that in high school. My teachers never told me that.
With essays, I've learned good ways to structure everything so that it's understandable.
So in the reading class, the students are reading 2 novels. Leaving Yesler by Peter Baccio, who's a professor here at Evergreen State College and a professor at the University of Washington, Tacoma. And this is the first young adult novel that he has written. And he was gracious enough to come and do a couple of guest lectures for us and start the book off with the students.
Felix is making us read 2 books, 2 books at the same time. And so it's very like a college life thing.
Reading with Felix is always fun. He always brings up really awesome subjects to talk about.
The classes are very open. Like, you just don't sit there and just listen to the lecture and stuff. There's actually like more involvement, interaction between the students and the teachers.
So the science curriculum for Upward Bound this year is really interdisciplinary. We're linking genetics and linking it to identity, cultural identity, using Richard Dawkins' idea of the selfish gene.
What we're doing is we're trying to show students the many sides of science that they need in college. Not only for their classes, but so that they can understand again who they are and how that relates to their future.
I mean, first of all, how do you teach high school students who've never been in lab before molecular biology? And then how do you translate molecular biology to culture? It's been a huge challenge for me.
I like science because we're learning a lot about just like things that you don't even think about, like my blood type and how I get my eye color and like what it's a result of.
My goal is to try to show them that science matters and that science is more than what people typically think of.
I love teaching. Oh God, I love teaching. It's so much fun. And not only because I get to see inspiration, happen. Light bulbs come on and that's just a joyous feeling. But it makes me feel good. It challenges me to be creative. You usually don't get into this sort of realm of biology until you're probably a college junior studying science.
My favorite subject right now is math because I'm learning the most out of math, and I just think that's my favorite subject because it makes me think critically and I like playing with numbers.
In math, it's showing us statistics. We're not only learning math, but we're learning statistics of the world, and it's all helpful when you look at how your life is now and what role all of it's played in the upcoming of yourself.
These teachers actually take time to help you understand what needs to be done, and they don't just assign it to you and then let you go to work without solving any problems that you might have with the material.
From the synthesis paper to the iMovie, it's all, they're doing it for us, so it's not like, it's without a cause.
All those classes sure look a lot of fun, don't they, Joseph?
Indeed they do, Lemus, but don't be fooled. These are intensive college-level classes that demand a lot of work and a lot of attention.
They don't seem that intensive to me.
Well, then you, my friend, have been having too much fun. Speaking of fun, how about we... Dude, we're recording.
I know.
This better be important.
It's It's my mom.
All right, where was I?
Hey,
How about
Joseph, man.
What, dude? I'm recording here.
Your mom's on the phone.
Yeah, right. No, she isn't. Hello? Mom? How'd you even get this number? Why are you on Lewis's phone?
Alright, speaking of fun, while Joseph talks to his mother, let's see what the UB students do for fun. Check it out.
The fun is like after classes, you know, like at 10 in the dorms with just girls running around, laughing, pranks on each other. It's just so much fun.
For fun, I'll probably be hanging out with friends during rec time. I'll hoop is play basketball.
You know, I'm a kid, we got all this work, so it gives me an opportunity to just go run. And when you've been sitting in the classroom for about 7 hours and you know you have all this energy, it's good to just go out and run. So that was epic. I mean, we were giving it to them in the first half, and then they were just creeping right back into the game. And at one point, they were up by 2.
I think the staff lost by, I think, 16 points?
20 points.
20 points, yes. Yes, yeah, thanks. I just don't want to talk about the game. We should have won that game fair and square. So
I'm glad that the students won because we want the students to always feel that they're winners. So we made sure that we could boost their confidence, and we allowed them to jump out to a 20-point lead so that they can feel like they're winners, because we know that they are, and that they're the greatest basketball players that have ever walked the planet.
It's 2 years in a row we won. I'm really happy.
Well, it's been a wild ride, and we're almost done here at Upward Bound this year.
And with that said, let's listen to a few last words.
Wow, this couch is comfy.
I know, right?
This is fun. Joe.
The students definitely exceeded my expectations. Going into this project, we were all very kind of on the edge of our seats, wondering what was going to happen and if this was actually going to work. I believe that this summer has just been a success because the students not only are walking away with completing a rigorous program, but like coming out of it understanding more about themselves.
To me, before this, identity was just like who I am as a person and what I fall upon, you know, like what I relate myself to. I realized that you can have a lot in common with somebody else, you know, not just like maybe your blood type and everything, you know, it's not just the way you look, but your difficulties and struggles, you know.
I gained, you know, aspect on my life. Like I've always known who I was, but when you write it down and you get to see it in words and you reflect on it, it gives you more of like a, more drive to, keep going forward and not looking back on negative things, and just, I've gained a lot more ambition as well.
From Upward Bound, I've gained balancing workloads. Before I wasn't too good at managing my schedules, but now I'm a little bit better at it.
I never really read a book all my life. I read a couple books, but I would just skim, and usually I'll be falling asleep through the books, but for some reason I had a change to where I was like, okay, let's do it, and then I went for it, and apparently I've been improving this whole time.
All in all, I think it was fabulous. I think if my metric were my experience with other college students and how well they've done with a curriculum similar to this, these students excel. I have college students that come around and they'll fall asleep and do whatever and just don't do the homework.
To me, if they can get through Upward Bound summer 2010, then I think that regular school should be easy in comparison.
I do believe that this has been a very successful summer. I think the kids have been pushed to their limits. I think in a good way. I think staff has been pushed to the limits in a good way. So now I'm just nervous about where do we go from here, and what do we do next year. But overall, I think that everybody involved in this project should be applauded, from the students to the staff to everybody who's helped support the program, because without everybody participating and cooperating, none of this would have happened.
High school,